Testing, testing. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying themselves on this fine occasion. First, I'd like to give a huge thanks to the Hammonds and the Mays for putting this beautiful evening together. Everything looks really amazing. Elyse, wow, you look stunning tonight. You're making Korey look quite a bit better than he actually does. I'll never forget when Korey met Elyse. It couldn't have been 2 weeks after. He and I were supposed to go out. Mind you, this was probably a Wednesday, Thursday. Hadn't heard back from him. Called him, texted him, nothing. Called him again, he answers. I said, "We still going out tonight?" He says, "Nah, dude, heading to Blacksburg to hang out with that girl I met on Tinder." It's a hell of a swipe right, buddy. Korey, I never thought an individual as high maintenance as you would ever find a woman that could put up with you. But you proved me wrong. Elyse, God bless you. For those who may not know, my name's Reed Shelton. Korey and I have been best friends for the better part of the last 20 years. Korey was the best man at my wedding, and I'm truly honored to stand here tonight and return the favor. I joked, but I really am proud of you, man. I love you like a brother and can definitively say I would not be standing here tonight without you. I'll never forget the day you moved to Texas and I realized just how much our friendship has always meant to me. But that was also when I knew that Elyse was the one. For Korey May, the least directionally sound individual I've ever met, to move all the way to Texas, there was no doubt. You've been the best friend a guy could ask for, and you're going to be a great husband to Elyse. You two are perfect for each other. You guys complement and contrast each other's personalities perfectly, and you will undoubtedly make a great team in life. Kelsey and I love you both and couldn't be happier for you. So, I'm keeping this brief. With that said, if everyone could please join me in raising their glasses, I'd like to make a toast to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. May. One last quick caveat. The directionally sound thing, Korey called me when we were 25, I swear to God, and for those who live in Lynchburg, you'll know. He said, "Dude, how do you get to the plaza again?" I said, "Korey, you go down 221 till it ends and just turn right." So.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Good evening, everyone. For those who do not know me, my name is Ben. First, I would like to thank the Hammonds and the Mays for a wonderful weekend and a beautiful ceremony. I've known Korey since I was 5 years old. 6 months ago, actually, he stood beside me as the best man at my wedding, and I'm honored to return the favor. Now, this is my first best man speech, and I'm not sure where to start, so I researched speeches and whatnot. So one common thing I found is to make the speeches about as long as the groom will last on the first night of his marriage. So I can promise you all, this will be brief. Jokes aside, like I said, I'm honored to stand up here next to you today as you get to marry the love of your life. Korey has been the best friend anyone can have. We've grown up hanging out at each other's homes, playing video games or hanging outside with neighborhood friends, riding around listening to his subwoofers with burnt CDs that we would steal from Larry's office. And sorry, Larry. And playing basketball all through school. As we've grown older, we still find the time nearly every day to talk about and discuss sports, work, bourbon, and just talk about life. One thing I must say is that Korey is one of the most loyal people that I have ever met, or loyal person that I have ever met in my life. And he's always had my back, always lent a listening ear, and always offered advice no matter what the issue was. For that I can say I'm truly grateful. And I know moving forward, he will provide the same to Elyse in that marriage. Even though we're not blood, I consider you my brother. Now don't get me wrong, everyone. He is always the first to be there to let me know when the Washington Redskins, then football team, now Commanders, suck and his beloved Falcons are much better, or when Duke loses to a 15 seed in the first round of the NCAA tournament. He's not one to pass up on taking shots at anyone in their sports teams. All I can say, he took a shot and he did not miss with Elyse. Elyse, you look stunning tonight. I cannot think of a better match for Korey. You were smart, you were kind, and you were far funnier than Korey will be. And I got your back on that. I remember when you both first started dating, and you were living in Blacksburg, and as many of you know, Korey can be extremely lazy. And I was waiting for that, dude, gas money is way too much. I can't be driving all over creation. But that day never came, and he eventually went to Texas. And I knew that at that moment that you were the one, kind of like Reed said. I just moved to Florida at the time, so I didn't get to meet you for a while. But over the years, you have kept me laughing with funny videos of Korey dancing, with Korey dancing, which I'm sure all of you will see, whether to your pleasure or your displeasure, here in the next 40 minutes. Probably the latter. Him yelling "sick blend" when he deems a DJ makes a six mix to a song or something like that. Or videos of him extremely upset at the Atlanta Falcons. I truly believe that you two complete each other, and that is all that anyone can ask for. Now, before I move to the toast, I cannot let this moment slip away. Well, Reed and I cannot let this moment slip away. As we take the shot every chance we get. As many of you know, Korey is a huge, diehard, screams at the TV Falcons fan. 6 years ago, they went to the Super Bowl. And they played Tom Brady and the Patriots. They played Tom Brady and the Patriots. And as I mentioned in my opening, I've known Korey since I was 5. I'm now 33 years old. So that's 28 years. Today, the two of you become one. 2 + 1 is 3. And I just want to make sure, Korey, on this day, that you remember that the Falcons were up 28-3 in that Super Bowl game, and they lost 30. So y'all lost that game. I just want to make sure everybody heard that. So now, if we will all raise our glasses as we toast the bride and groom, I wish you both a lifetime full of happiness. I could not be happier for the two of you. Y'all make one sick blend. Cheers.
Good evening, everybody. Ow! My name's Constance. I am one of Elyse's matrons of honor. I had a really hard time deciding what to say tonight, if I'm being honest, because there's been hills and valleys that we have gone through. But I could stand here for an hour reminiscing about my love affair with Elyse. I could tell you about the middle school teen angst we shared, or the high school parties we attended. I could tell you about the one and only time I've ever been kicked out of a bar in my life. You'll never guess who I was with. Awkward. Thanks, Elyse. I could tell you about the time that Elyse literally ran away from a bar we were in for miles, and I, in all of my physical fitness, decided that I was also going to run with her. That was optimal. I think she arrived at our destination maybe 30 minutes before I did, if we're being honest, but I was there. I ran, let me tell you. But more importantly than any of that, I want to tell you guys how special Elyse is to me. Elyse and I met in middle school, and I wish that we could say we were instant, lifelong friends. But sadly, ours was a preteen girl relationship full of drama and heartbreak. However, by high school, we were much more mature. At least mature enough to realize that sometimes our truest soulmates are not of the male species. Sorry, Korey. Elyse and I have a very special friendship, one that's lasted the years despite distance, careers, obligations, and life in general. We've seen each other through many ups and downs, and no matter what, I know that no matter the time, the day, the week, I can call Elyse to talk me off the ledge whenever needed. I was telling the girls earlier, I remember the day that I met Korey, and we walked in, and I met Korey. Later in the night, Elyse assured me, "Don't worry, it's not serious." I mean, she was adamant. "It's not serious, it's not like that, don't worry about it." However, by probably 10 o'clock that night, Elyse had disappeared and was never seen again, so you tell me. Watching Elyse and Korey grow together has been one of the greatest joys of my life. I found a friend in Korey, despite the fact that he regularly tries to peer pressure my husband into some sketchy situations, i.e. the night before our wedding. Thanks for that, Korey. But at the end of the day, I can truly say that these two together just make sense. And I'm so happy to be here today to share in the love and the joy with both of them and their families. So once again, let's raise a glass. Cheers to Elyse and Korey.
I'm Katie, I'm the other maid of honor, and buckle up, because I like to get cheesy. Okay. I met Elyse about 9 years ago in college when we joined the same sorority. Remember that? Right away, I knew I wanted to be friends with her. She was so cool, funny, interesting, beautiful. To be honest, everyone wanted to be friends with her. She's cool. As I got to know her more and we became friends, I realized that Elyse has a lot of friends and acquaintances, but keeps a smaller inner circle. She keeps her walls up. I prefer that type of person. Personally, I think it's more genuine. So I didn't mind being a wall climber. I'm so glad I did, because as funny and cool as Elyse is, she's an even better friend and soul if you're lucky enough to know her. Then along came Korey. I knew Korey was different. You see, Korey is also a wall climber. They started out long distance, got a little longer. I remember she told him she was unsure if they should get serious, which in Elyse terms just means she was scared. And Korey responded with something along the premise of, "I really like you, we have a great connection, there's no reason to throw that away, we can make it work." I want to thank you, Korey, for seeing what I saw in Elyse, which is more than just a beautiful, funny person. It's a deeply caring, beautiful soul that loves and holds dear the people in her life. A smart, witty badass, and a softie at the same time. Great taste. Thank you for choosing her, for climbing her walls, for showing up for her, being someone that she deserves. I wish you guys a lifetime of happiness, and I hope that you continue to choose each other every day. So, cheers.